Steve in North Carolina wants to know, you once visited Sable at the Playboy Mansion for a WWE skit. How was your experience off camera at the Playboy Mansion?
Are they talking about did I have an off-camera experience with Sable at the Playboy Mansion?
No, I think they just want to know, when the cameras weren't rolling, how was this, being at the mansion?
Yeah, I've actually been at the mansion a couple of times, okay. And the one they're talking about was with Sable for a WWE shoot, and then I've got a chance to be there another time. It's awesome.
I understand that you had an interesting weekend. You went to the Playboy Mansion, but things didn't quite turn out the way you wanted it to.
Oh, wait a minute. You're right. Sable took me on a tour of the Playboy Estates, and things went pretty well. There was a little misunderstanding at the end, but that's been cleared up. Just take a look at this. It's great.
I mean, that's one of those places that you've heard about your entire life if you're a guy. The Playboy Mansion, Hugh Hefner, and I, of course, got to meet Hugh Hefner both times that I was there. And he was just like you would expect Hugh Hefner to be. He was always, in that smoking jacket, the robe type thing, pajamas, and just a really laid back guy. Came around, he took us out, and I'll never forget, he took us out and showed us like I don't know if it was like a guest house, or maybe it was like a guest house, but it had a really cool a pinball machine. It had an old Playboy pinball machine from like the 60s or something like that was still working out there. And he said this is one of the most popular things. People just love to play this pinball machine. Speaking of that, that was another thing I paid a lot of money for. I just got a Incredible Hulk pinball machine from the old TV show Hulk, a pinball machine that's probably 40 years old. I just got it up and running out here in my man cave by my 10-foot tall Incredible Hulk. But anyway, back to the Playboy Mansion pinball machine. That was cool. Hugh Hefner was cool. One of the things that I got to do on that same visit was put on a swimsuit, and they had brought in about a dozen playmates or bunny girls or whatever they call them. I don't think these were girls that had actually been playmates in the magazine. These were just girls that worked at the either Playboy Club or at the mansion or whatever. And they accompanied me into the grotto. You know what the grotto is, right?
Yeah.
The sort of in a cave type pool that's there in the back of the mansion. And all the grounds of the Playboy Mansion were unbelievable too. Out in the back, there's almost like a petting zoo or something. There's all these hundreds of flamingos. These big, tall, beautiful pink flamingos are walking around. All these exotic birds and different animals. There's like some kind of big chimpanzee or something out there. I mean, just a bunch of, it was, I guess these are like pets or collections of Hugh Hefner out in the back. But going into the grotto, first of all, I'm thinking, I can't imagine what else happened in this water. But
oh God,
right. I definitely took a shower after I got out of there. But it was like, there was, we shot some scenes in the grotto with a bunch of bunnies or playmates or whatever. So it was a pretty fun and memorable experience. I do remember the girls not being as pretty as I thought they would be.
Oh, come on, be a star.
Yeah, I know that's kind of a downer for the story, but they were not. They just weren't as pretty as I expected them to be.
There was a line. Sable says, King, I told you to keep your hands to yourself. And you go, what? My hands by my wrist the whole time.
Excuse me, could you put some lotion on my back?
Oh, could I? There's something about you I like. I just wish I could put my finger on it.
I thought I told you to keep your hands to yourself.
At no time did my hands ever leave my wrist.
Oh, God.
It was great. But yeah, that was a great little bit with you. But yeah, it was seemed like you had fun. You were American,
and honestly, there's a true story. Like there were bowls. I saw two, these big bowls. Just like if you're in your house and you have a end table or whatever next to your couch and you got a lamp on it or whatever, and these had these end tables had lamps, and then they had big bowls full of like Viagra.
Oh, shit.
This was when Viagra was just like coming out, and it was like the big thing, and they had just bowls of, and I don't know if that was just there as like a, just as a talking point or a conversation piece or whatever, but that they were really there.
Did you take any?
No, I didn't take any.
Well, you were a married.
I was there on business. You got to understand.
You were a married man at this time, right? I believe.
Yes.
So you were. Yeah, so you didn't partake in any fun.
No, and as a matter of fact, she was with me at the time. So.
Oh, nice. Okay.